everybody, welcome back to my channel. You guys know me, I'm obsessed with books. I am obsessed. I have a problem. I have a problem because I really want to get a bookshelf. And I kind of have a bookshelf, but I want to get a big one, but I have a feeling like once I get it, it's going to get filled up like that. But I'm here to share with you guys the books that I've been getting over the last couple weeks. This is probably 3 weeks of bargain shopping. If you guys know me, I love to thrift. I thrift as much as I can for books, and I find some really good stuff. But we went on vacation. There was a really good deal when we went to Denver, and I'm going to share with you guys that, and then just a couple other things that I have discovered in the past couple of weeks. So today I went to Half Price Books. I'm like, okay, I want to go there, and I'm pissed because they have a sale that starts tomorrow for their Labor Day sale, and I won't have time to go at all this whole entire weekend. So I'm like, oh, but I got books anyway. So I ended up getting this series. These were $6.49 each. I have the audiobooks for it. I found out that I am an immersion reader. An immersion reader is a person who loves to listen and read at the same time, listen to the same book. And that's how I get through a lot of books a lot faster. So the first one I think was called My Fault. I think this is the first one. And then I think it's Your Fault, and then it's Our Fault. This is an awesome series. It's YA. To me, I've read the first one. I read it 3 years ago, so I am going to reread it. But to me, it did not seem like a YA. There is a series on Prime. There's 2 series. There's one that's a Spanish version of it, where like they have audio dubbing or whatever it's called. So that one's the one I love, and then they had a new one which is like England, or you know, English version, which is still really good. But I am excited to reread these, so I got these for $6.49. I got those today because I saw them and I'm like, ooh, I have to get them. Today I also went to Barnes & Noble. Every other month they have a really good deal where you can get a book for $5 in the Starbucks section. What you do is you go to Starbucks and Barnes & Noble, you buy anything, and you can get a book that they have for $5. Last one I did was back in January. I have been keeping track of what they have, but nothing really has pertained to me. So what you do is you just go and get it, and this is the book that I got for $5. It's called Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice, and I am pretty excited to read this book. I checked Goodreads on it, and it's not the greatest, but you know what? You couldn't pass up a book that's this gorgeous for $5. And so I got it, and I'm excited. I did hear it's a YA, so we will still give it a chance, but I am excited to try that book, and for $5 you can't go wrong. Everything else that I have in this pile is cheaper than that. Cheaper than that. So yes, if you guys know me, I have been going to the Dollar Tree lately because I don't go to the Dollar Tree like I used to. I don't. They keep jacking up their prices. I don't need that much stuff anymore. That's one thing I hated. That's one thing I'm like happy about me not doing as many videos anymore, because I'm not buying stuff that I won't use. I still have a lot of stuff that I have to get rid of, and that's a whole new chapter. But these are the books that I found when I went to go visit my parents. My friend and I were out, and I'm like, oh, can we go to this Dollar Tree? And she's like, yes. And I found 2 books that I was pretty excited for. This one, I don't even know what it's about, but it's pretty. It's called Trading Places, and I'm like, we're gonna get this for $1. Now I think they're $1.50, but for $1.50 you cannot go wrong. And then I ended up getting this one with neighbors like this. This one sounded like kind of a mystery, but they sounded interesting, and for $1.50 we got them. Now the thing is, if I don't like it, I finally have my little free library set up and ready to go. If you guys follow me on TikTok, you will see me put stuff in there. I still have lots of books to put in there. I'm pretty excited to put more stuff in there. So yes, when we were in Denver, I have one more book. When we were in Denver, how did I get 6 of them? No, I bought 6 of them. When we were in Denver, there's a place called Second and Charles. Now, it's not just in Denver. They're all over the place. I've been to them a couple times. Well, while we were there, they were having a penny a page sale. And I've known about this. But again, there's not a Second and Charles anywhere near me. So I said, husband, can we go to a Second and Charles and go to the sale? He said yes. Now, One thing I wish I had him do was when I got there, because I got there like 30 minutes after they opened, is I wish he stood in line while I was in the store, because apparently I was walking around for like almost an hour before I even went to the checkout lines. And then I get to the checkouts and that was an hour wait right there, and they only had two registers open. So I was very disappointed in that. But I ended up getting these books. So like this was When in Rome, I think this is the third one. I paid $3.08 for this. $3.08 for this book. It was originally $6.95. I got this Tessa Bailey book. I hope I get to meet her next month, or actually in like 2 weeks. She's coming to my area, and we get to go to like this book thing, and she has books like signed. I don't know if I physically get to meet her, but I'm hoping I do. I've been reading a lot of her books lately, but I ended up getting this book for $3.51. So this is my Christmas book. I try to read a Christmas book once a month, so I plan on reading that very soon. We got Love on the Brain. I absolutely love Allie Hazelwood. I forgot to say what this price was. This one was $7.95 originally. I love Allie Hazelwood. She is now going to be the author that I get every single book of hers, because I have not found one that I have not liked. Like, I absolutely love it. I've read this book. I've read this book so fast. It was just awesome. I paid $3.50 for this book, and it was originally $7.95. So $3.50. And it's in pretty good condition, so we are going to go ahead and get that. Here we have another Tessa Bailey. I'm actually reading the second book right now. I'm hoping to finish it tonight. I haven't read the first one, but this is the second one. I'm loving it. This was originally $8.95, and I paid $3.71 for this. $3.71. So yes, that penny page thing is awesome. And then I also got My Roommate is a Vampire. I've read this book. I loved this book. I have the second book that I want to read. But then I'm like, I kind of want to read this one again, so I got this. This was originally $8.50, and I paid $3.41 for this. But this is a great book. It's not like a lot of smutty stuff, but it was still great, and I'm excited. She already has a third one coming out, so I got to read the second one before I read the third one. And then there was a limit of 5, so they only had 5 that you could only get. So I'm like, okay, but then I found this one. Now, I am obsessed with Penelope Douglas. I love their books. I am now saying that I'm gonna get every single one of their books. They were near me, like about 2 hours away from me when we were in Denver, but where I live now, so I was like sad because I really wanted to go, but we were on vacation. So they had this book, but the funny thing is, this book was $3.25. $3.25. And I know they had a limit of 5, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pay $3.25 for this, because you want to know funny thing? Is there was 325 pages. 325 pages. So I paid basically a penny a page for this book, and I was so excited because this is one that's been on my list. I've read this book twice. I still love it. I love it, love it, love it. So I've read that book twice, so I'm excited to have it for my thing. So I paid like 20 bucks for all 6 of those books, so that was a great, great deal. The other day, sorry, I got like a whole box of stuff. The other day I went to a Goodwill outlet store, and I gotta organize where I got all my stuff at because I have so much to go through. It's crazy. Crazy. Okay, so the other day I went to a Goodwill outlet store. Now, Goodwill outlet store is where they throw everything in a bin and you go through the bins. They're kind of dirty. I've gone to this one like 4 times. I've never really found anything. But I didn't say I found the motherlode, but I did find some really good stuff. So as you guys know, I've mentioned I have a little free library. So all their paperback books are 50 cents. And I love finding stuff for I'm a person who loves giving. I just love giving and, you know, making it happy. And I'm excited. All my neighbors have been asking me about it. So I'm like, yeah. So I ended up getting this book. It's a Jodi Picoult book, Handle with Care. So for 50 cents, I'm like, you know what? This is a perfect book for the little free library. So I ended up getting that. I ended up getting Stephen King Cujo. I didn't know there's like a huge dent rip here, but that's okay for 50 cents. And the book was actually in pretty decent condition. So I got it for 50 cents for the little free library. I ended up finding the Spell Shop, and I'm like, oh sweet, this is a perfect book to put in the little free library. I read this for book club a couple months ago. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I do want to give it another read. But I got this, and I did not realize that this is a ARC copy. Now, if you guys are not sure what ARC copies are advanced reader copies. So basically what it means is sometimes authors or companies send people like books like this for you to read it, and then like you do reviews. I've been doing a lot of ARC stuff lately. I have like 5 ARC books that I'm currently in the middle of reading. But they're all digital, so it's kind of cool to have it. So I'm like, I don't know, I might read this again, but I am pretty excited to finally have an ARC book. It's a little bit different, so otherwise, if not, I'm going to put it in my little free library, but I paid 50 cents for that. And then I found out they had a couple different ARC books. One I've never heard of, so I didn't get that. If you guys watch my TikTok video, I have videos of stuff like that. But I ended up getting this book. It's called Draw Down the Moon. And it's by PC Cass and Kristen Cass. Now, I absolutely loved the House of Night series. I have them right here on my bookshelf right here. I love that series. Yes, it is YA, but you know what? That is okay. That's what that series, like I started reading this one series and then I started reading those, and this stuff has got me back to reading again. So I'm like, for 50 cents, this book is in like pretty condition. I mean, there's even like a letter that they sent out to the person who sent that. So I don't need this anymore, but I am pretty excited to find a book for 50 cents that is, again, oh, and I forgot to mention, this is an ARC book too. Yeah, so it's an ARC book. So we got that, and then I ended up getting Ghosts, and I got Sisters. Now, Charlotte, I've been starting to kind of collect these books, and I've been finding them at Goodwill stores everywhere, but I don't, like, my stores finally changed their prices, but I ended up getting these for like 50 cents. So we got her those. I can't remember. I think she has one of these, but if not, she doesn't. But I thought these are great books to get for 50 cents. So I got all 6 of those for $3.10 at the Goodwill store. The Goodwill outlet store. So I was pretty excited for that. I went to another thrift store one day, and I'm on the verge of finding American Girl books. So I'm on the hunt to find them. I have found like the Addie books, but they've been damaged every single time I find them. So I only need is Felicity and Addie, and then I decided to collect Kit. So those are the only sets that I'm collecting because I already have Molly, I have Kirsten, and I have Samantha, and I thought these are perfect books to have. Number 1, my childhood, and number 2, Charlotte. I know Charlotte was going to read them. So today I went to Half Price Books. My store had pretty much all the ones that I wanted, but they're $3.99, $3.49. I'm not ready to pay that price yet. Plus, I love the hunt of thrifting. So if I ever need a book, I can always go to Half Price Books and they will have it. But I ended up getting these. Again, I did another TikTok video of these. I got these for 99 cents. So 99 cents for these books. So yeah, the Felicity one's in pretty great condition. And then the Kit one, you know, I had to go ahead and get this one. They don't have any, I mean, I know these books are like these now, but I have the old school ones, so yeah. But for 99 cents, I got those. And I don't know if those are technically for Charlotte or they're going to be for me, but yes. Then, last week, I saw a TikTok video about a person talking about a warehouse in my area. And I'm like, what? Like, I've lived here for 20 years and I never knew once there was a book warehouse. And she mentioned that it was a kids book warehouse. And I'm like, well, we're still going to check it out. And we go there and I was in heaven. Again, I made a TikTok video, but I was in heaven, you guys. When you walk in, the first row is just adult books. So there's maybe like 20 to 30 adult books. Nothing that I really liked. And then like the next 2 aisles are all YA books. They did have the Harry Potter books there. They did have Twilight books there. They had all the, I think they had the, not the Divergent series, but the Hunger Games series. And then they had a ton of other ones. I mean, I saw people with full carts. And so, and then the rest of the store is all kids books. And then they have also books in tons of different languages. I saw some in Russian, I saw some in Spanish, but we spent a good hour and a half there, and I cannot wait to go back to that store because that store is just perfect. But my kids ended up picking out a couple things. So we ended up getting like the Pout Pout fish. This was $5.99. I paid $2.25. My daughter is obsessed with Pout Pout fish. She also wanted this flamingo book called Breathe. It was $8.99. We paid $2.25 for it. She also wanted this Fingerlings book. This was $4.99, but I paid $2 for it. And they had books all the way down to 50 cents. 50 cents, you guys. 50 cents. We're obsessed with Fox, so we had to get a box with a book with a fox on it. So this was $4.99. Yeah, this was $4.99. I paid $2.25 for it. And then my son really wanted this book. He ended up this book was the Smithsonian book. What? The $14.99, and we paid $3 for it. And I mean, it's a pretty good book. And these books are brand new. So this place I'll be going to like every other month, literally. And then we ended up getting the By the Numbers National Geographics. My son loves these kind of books. So we got this. This was $9.99. Paid $2.50 for it. And then he has been on a hunt to find this book. It is a Captain Underpants book with Dogman. Now, this book was originally $12.99, but we paid $9.09 for it. And I'm like, this is a book you're going to get for your birthday because he's been on a hunt to try to find this series. So we got that. So altogether for all, I think there was 7 books there. Yeah, 7. We paid $23.34 for all that stuff. So that was a fun little trip with my kids, and I cannot wait to go again. And I have just 5 more books to share with you guys. 5 more books, and then I gotta put it all away. So I was out with my mother-in-law one day. We went to a Goodwill store, and I found We Were Liars. I've seen this series on Prime, and I've been wanting to read it. It looks very interesting, and when you can get a book for $1, I got this for 99 cents. I cannot wait to read it, and it's in perfect condition. So got that. And then somehow my husband ended up getting a box of books at his work, and he takes a picture and he's like, oh, it's book day. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, pick a book that you want. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. So the first book was this one, and I was eyeing this up when we were at an airport when we went to Denver, and then like 2 days later he's like, oh, do you want this? And I'm like, yes. So this is a book that I wanted to get, or read actually. It's called Well Actually, and it's got like the teal or blue edges, and I'm like, oh, sweet. So he got me this book, so thank you, husband. And then I saw this one. It is Accomplice the Villain. So this is the 3rd book of this series. I still want to read the 2. The first one's been on my wish list, on my TBR for a while, but I'm like, I couldn't pass up a book. And then it has green sprayed edges, so I got this. So both of these were free. And then I'm like, could you get any more? And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, can you just grab some for my little free library? Because like, if nobody's gonna take them, which nobody has taken them in over a week, I'm like, I will gladly take them off your hands and put them in the little free library. So I had him pick me up 2 more books. I ended up, and these are all new releases. Like, these 2 books just came out within the last couple weeks. But I don't know when these came out, but I'm assuming they're all brand new books. But we ended up getting Nicholas Sparks' Counting Miracles. So I got this book to put in the little free library. And then I also got The Stone Witch of Florence, and it has a pretty sprayed edge. The reviews on here suck for Goodreads, but I might give this a try. Otherwise, if not, if I change my mind, I will be putting it in the little free library. So I got those for free, thanks to my husband. So I'm gonna see if he can get me more books, but if he doesn't, that's not a big deal. I'm just happy with the 2 that I got. But yes, you guys, I have had a very exciting time grabbing books. I'm excited to fill up my little free library. My library is having a book sale in 2 weeks, so I'm pretty excited to go there. I'm like determined to find some really good deals because their books are 50 cents or $1. And yeah, I'm trying to read as fast as I can. I'm on 217 books for the year as of today, but that changes pretty fast. But I am pretty excited to read some more. So I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.